Hello and welcome everyone to our today's episode where we go through everything crypto and some stock news and whatever. So this is kind of going to be the very first episode. No scripts, no nothing. We're just going to go with it, but there's some things that we're going to do. Okay, so first of all, cryptocurrencies are here to stay. They're insanely awesome, and just in case you don't know, I'm gonna explain it a bit differently than like just saying, "Oh, it's a digital currency. You do this. Oh, you're gonna get rich and buy and sell." And all, none of those things. But the usual argument is that, "Oh, I don't trust it, and I want to put the money, like I want to feel the money, and I want to put it under my pillow, and I know I can spend it anywhere." Those are definitely valid things, especially certain parts of it, and like especially being able to go and use it on everyday basis. But then now I'm gonna tell you this, that what if I told you that the money that you put under your pillow, the money that you're feeling every day as cash, if you actually do carry cash nowadays, is actually not real money? Did you know it's like the other way around? The fiat that you're holding is fake money, it's actually not money. On your notes, usually it will say that when you take it to the bank, they're going to give you something. The government's like, "Oh, it's backed by us, we're going to take care of it." The whole point is that because you cannot carry gold everywhere with you, like kilos of gold, which is the reference point, which is like the whole money, the whole fiat system is backed by gold. Otherwise, just a piece of paper, and the promise that it's worth that much amount of gold. It's like gold is this embodiment of how we're comparing things in the money world. But now that's where inflation comes in. You just, okay, I'm gonna print in more money, but we're not really mining more, or the percentage of the mining of gold is just not as quick. So then the issue is that you can just print more money, but that's just crazy. Just think about that. So it becomes this imaginary thing that, yeah, there's just all this money, and then, okay, I'm gonna give you $1,000, for instance, and now every month you gotta give me, I don't know, 10 or 100 bucks interest. So where does that money then come from? Did you know that that the amount of people, the amount of money that's in the negative, in debt, is like so much more than the actual money that's there available, the actual amount of gold that's available. So that's how inflation, it becomes a problem. Like countries like Lebanon now, like Venezuela, Iran, so many other countries are struggling because that's what's happening. So when we go to the stock market, for instance, we'll see like heaps of stuff is happening. It's like, oh, people are panicking over so many different things. I really like this the Apple's stocks app, because you can see everything here. You can search for whatever you want, and then also see the business news. Every news that's written here, posted here, is in a way is affecting the economy, which is also a bit interesting. Is that like, why, if some new virus is out, people like panic and they do something here, whether it's buy and sell of something real quick and then the system goes through stresses, or simply if everyone sits idly and this news is just out. Do you think the gods of computers and the algorithm, would they really move the numbers? So anyway, so we can check all this, and then also go around and check the stock markets fluctuations. So this is my very humble portfolio. It's like superbly small amount because I've just recently got into it. I've been trying out so many different apps, but Sharesies. So Sharesies seems to be like your user friendly ones. Like you can just, their whole marketing campaign is like, just use your lunch money and just invest in those companies. So If you ever want to buy shares, stock market shares, I personally recommend getting the Apple share. Like, Apple is fantastic, and over time they've shown themselves that it is okay. So it's all about patterns, guys. So if you can recognize the patterns, you don't need a degree in this or that. You don't have to like go and pay someone and know or any of that, which you can do, and they are absolutely good and fine. But ultimately, with everyone, it comes down to understanding patterns, doing your research in everything you do. And then when you make those decisions, it has to resonate and come from the most fundamental truth, that it is the true thing that you can do, and it's gonna get you there. So like, Apple is one of those things. It's like when you go through the history, like the past 5 years, you see, okay, so in January 2017, it's like $29. And then you go up, it's like, okay, so all these years, it goes up and down, goes up and down, it goes up and down, but gradually it's actually rising crazy. So by 2018, it's kind of double, and it's getting to the double, and then more than double. It has some fallouts there, but it keeps on rising, rising, rising. Something specific happens, but it's still a lot more. So you can see, and then all of a sudden there's this huge jump, jump, jump. So you can see the price overall just going up, and especially now it's like crazy up, 174. Oh my lord. And that's in USD. And this is all while the pandemic is happening. This is all when the Omicron variant is out. The entire stock market crashes, but Apple stays strong. So these are all the ones I'm investing. So all of them were negative, except for Apple kept on keeping up the portfolio. So do that. And also, if you love Apple, what they do is just amazing. So, just very curiously, I did put very small amount into AstraZeneca, and when Omicron hit, they've been more negative. But to sum it up, basically, what I'm actually gonna do, or I'm thinking of doing, is to get rid of all my stock market portfolio, except for Apple, get rid of everything else, and then just put that into cryptocurrency. So back to cryptocurrencies, that there are a lot of things going on. There's inflation, there's corruption, there theft, so much going on with the money. And if you're privileged and lucky enough in that sense to be in a country where the economy is very stable, that's amazing. But you will also still see that, like, say, in the US, a $20 note, like if you have a trolley, like in 1980, that $20 would have still bought you more than it is now. And so you get less items. In Australia, 5 years ago, 500 grams of minced beef was $5. Now it's like almost six, or it's even six. So it's like, oh, like $1 in a year, that's fine, okay. But that's like a quick example that I could actually remember because I was buying the meat. But the house market prices increasing significantly. With the rate it's going, not a single person can actually buy a house anymore. Like, the moment we start to monetize something like that, is because it's like gold itself is monetized. It's like certain things ought to have a functional value in the sense of being practical, like use gold to to create so many different things. It's not just about jewelry or having it be kept in a bank or in the reserve. But it's like, to when you mine it, you use those minerals for so many different things. It has many applications. NASA uses in space. Many equipments use gold. Like, it's used every day. So but then we're gonna have that become to have a trading value and a monetary value, and then we monetize it, and then nobody now can afford it, a house, all of those kind of things that comes out, like everyone ought to have a place to live. So why is the prices goes up? And then but yeah, there's supply and demand. So it'll be like, oh, okay, so when the prices go up, they make more of it, but it's a never-ending cycle. Like, you just look at the patterns, like the housing prices, the inflation is crazy. So it's interesting that in certain industries or in certain sections or in certain parts of our lives, inflation varies. And all of this is ultimately because of the fiat system, and the fiat system that is backed by gold. So this is the issue. So you can have many opinions over what I just said. You might like, oh no, you don't know anything. I don't know. But everyone's there. But like, I would truly ask of you to do your own research and understand how the fiat system works, because I really summed it up, I think, in my own opinion, very simply. So just go back like 50 seconds ago and just listen back to that. Yeah. So now that that's happening, how can we actually solve it? So the cryptocurrencies, that's the whole point. So Bitcoin was invented to solve this issue, because Bitcoin, it's not like gold. It's not like stones or marbles or tobacco or any other physical material that has all these other use cases. It's like everything on this planet, on the material level, material as in the physical material level version of it, uh, they have so many different use cases, and yet we are using that, turning that into money, to trade. So how about we don't do that? How about we have some kind of a currency that is just a currency, or is a form of an asset, you know, that has no other use case and is as real as it can get. Why? Because it's the only thing in the existence that you can truly own. Like, sure, you can have your pair of shoes, your computer, but own and keep, right? So, yeah, you're sure I bought it. Sure, but we just passed in a new law in our country that anyone who's got this TV or these equipment, they're gonna get confiscated. It's now illegal, or not even illegal. There's something happening. It's just a law, buddy, and we're gonna go and do whatever. Or if not, so that's out of the ordinary. Now, like, have a look at your constitutions and your laws. They can definitely pass anything they want ultimately. And also, anyone can just break into your house and steal all of those things. Steal your money, steal your jewelry. I mean, regardless of whether we go to Bitcoin or not, those things will happen with these things. But when it's on the blockchain, and the blockchain is very there, it exists, it's coded into the universe of the digital world, the World Wide Web, both in the decentralized and the centralized thing. But these are like very long conversations there. But suffice it to say that it's happening, and the Bitcoin and those cryptocurrencies are the only way that you can have true form of ownership. So it's there now. Your money is not in a bank where the bank is already making a lot of interest out of your money sitting in the bank, and merely gives you amount of interest. Do you know what is happening, guys? So having ownership of your money, and then and everything else. So like, oh, like, why would you want to put that fiat that is representing gold? So if you're really owning the gold, like, can you just keep it yourself, and then imagine it's superbly secure? You might say, well, no, if you lose it, yeah, that's why. So like, if you got the key to it, and you're the only one who has the key, so if you lose the key, it's done. There is no recovery. Yeah, if someone steals the key from you, sure, they can do it. You can say, oh, well, with the bank, if someone steals my card, I get compensated. Sure, that's true. But here, but you got to look at it in so many different angles as well. First of all, if you are using a custodial, like an exchange or something else with your cryptocurrencies, they all are insured anyway. So if they get hacked, they'll pay you all the money, like the legitimate stuff going on. But if you have it in your personal wallet, protected by just your passphrase, so it's 100,000% decentralized. Not a single person can use that data ever. And if someone puts a gun in your head and you reveal that to them, that's on you, and that's fine. But if you don't want that, I guess you could put all of it in a centralized wallet, like crypto.com, rather than the DeFi wallet here, for instance. So let's go into this. So crypto.com is this central hub where you can buy and spend everything crypto and fiat, and everything. So this is my portfolio here. Not a lot of recently paying more attention to this, and I'm putting more into it as we go, so we can see that, okay, I've got like the majority in Ethereum, followed by Bitcoin, a lot of Doge on Mars, Loopring, Crypto.com coin, their own, and Shiba Inu, Stellar, AMP, Solana, Dogecoin, Doge, and Sandbox. So before I get into this, I just like to, I think, just in terms of the consumers that go for everyday use case, this is the first step. Like, okay, if I want to use this now, okay, I'm in 100% control of my money. I'm getting heaps of interest. What happens now? Okay, so you can go to the card section. You got the crypto.com Visa card. And if I just click on all these details, so you can get any type of card that you would like, and then use it every day. Top it up with fiat, top it up with cryptos, so the crypto turning into fiat for now, and using that on it every day. Just a touch of your card and the payment is done, and you get 1% back on your card spend. Wow, good luck just having that with no conditions, no monthly fees, no delivery fee, no annual fee, no nothing. Some limitations here. So 0 fee monthly on like if you want to take it to an ATM, you can take it to any ATM now, no fee. Do you understand? For up to $200 and then 2% thereafter. Well, I mean, it's okay. Why would you want to take fiat? But if that's the most important thing in your life, that's fine. You can upgrade. The Ruby still, it goes on, and then you get so much more. So each one would have a condition to unlock, and then it goes on. So like if you look at the best of the best Obsidian privilege, you get 8% back on your purchases. That's crazy. You get free Spotify, free Netflix, free Prime. That's Amazon Prime for free. The Prime will include Prime Music, Prime Deliveries, Prime Movies, Prime everything. An airport lounge access plus a guest, so you can bring another person with you to chill there, eat as much as you like. Hell yeah, internet and everything. 12% on crow based stakings, 2% extra earning in crypto earn. That's like insane. It is an insane card. Anyway, but I'm just showing you, if you have heaps of money, then sure. But like the condition for this is you're gonna need and no nothing 1,000 draw is that you need to put 500,000 um, dollars, and stake that to get this card. So like we can go to like a more acceptable card. So here, if you put in more money, the more we'll have to have. So see, purchase and hold 5,000 Australian dollar worth of Crow tokens for 180 days to receive the Jade Green card. So what is the staking? It's like basically the idea now that I've discovered, and I'm sharing this with you guys, is that if you have money sitting in the bank, and we know that things are going downhill, and if you're living in Australia especially, they've just announced that they're going to become the central fast leading crypto country, and they're creating their own crypto coin, the regulations, and overall it's just going to improve everything. So it brings it out of the shadow. So you guys, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Do it before things become more expensive. Is to, if you have the money, bring it into your crypto.com app account and then stake them. So how does the staking work? So I've bought initially a few Ethereum, 0.15 Ethereum, and then a bit of Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, and Stellar, and then I'm staking them for 3 months. So how this works is you click something that you've got, you're like, okay, I've got some Ethereum, for instance, and then you can select the term. So this is just about holding on. So the whole idea here and the whole point of this video isn't to like, oh, buy when it's low and sell when it's high. No, don't be a parasite. Let's not just hold it, invest it in for when the true day comes where the fiat is no longer there. And sure, you can transfer it into fiat and spend it on every day right now. And if you invested into Dojo on Mars and become a millionaire, sure, use some of that millions into the fiat, but really just hold on to it as much as possible. So I'll put it on 3 month and get the higher annual percentage, and then click do all these things, and then do that. So obviously there's a limitation of having 0.15 Ethereum, but just going through to show it to you guys. So you can click here, you can also see, that's all I have, so it's not reaching that, so we need some more to stake more. But you can see that once you do stake, you start to get earnings in that currency. So that's fantastic. So that's how it works there with the card. So here basically I've got the wallet and the earn, so I just showed you how you stake things. And then now our wallet, this is my portfolio. Now overall, obviously the prices have just gotten started. It's not a lot of money anyway. Things are going a bit downward, but it's okay. It's a greater time to buy. Overall, it is in a much better place than it is last week with the whole virus variation, all those things that are affecting the fiat, and then this because of that. But yeah, like, do get Dojo on Mars, guys. This is gonna make us millionaires. Together we'll go to Mars. So get that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is not financial advice. Like, I don't know, it's like, oh, I got the Dojo on Mars, I didn't become a millionaire, I'm gonna sue you. So yada yada yada. This is not financial advice, or maybe it is. Like, I don't know, like, buy or not buy. I'm just gonna tell you that, and then you do your own research, do your whatever, and then make that decision for yourself. So this is amazing. So if you guys have any questions there, I'm not going to necessarily teach you how to use this app, but it's just really good. So what I really find interesting is like you can click pay here. So I've already bought a bunch of stuff and I got them in Crow as a reward back, so that's already amazing. I haven't ever had this privilege of having these kind of rebates and cashbacks and stuff. So it's finally good that people like me can now do it. You can buy gift cards and get 10% cashbacks on stuff based on the country you're in. Scan and pay for payments that are initialized with a QR code. Send money to people. Airtime. Buy top up your mobile. This is just beautiful. Like, so definitely do it, guys. I'm just like showing you my wallet kind of a thing here. And also, but this is a custodial thing, right, with crypto.com. So everything's on their thing, and then with the terms and conditions and stuff, and they have a white paper, and it's all legit. They have heaps of money, and their insurance is huge. They partner up with huge firms, and like there's like it's not like just because they're huge, it's good or bad, but they're the biggest deal ever. And then, so you can move all your assets and your cryptocurrencies into your own decentralized wallet with the passphrase, and then connect it up around. So here I've moved a lot of my crow in here. So I just have 5 crow here in my actual wallet, and then I'll put the rest here, because actually in your decentralized wallet you can now put your assets and then get interest. So here it actually gives you higher interest. So I'm staking 1500 crow, and with a whopping 12.97% annual interest. But what's interesting is that you can actually compound this interest. So right now it's so fast. Like I've already, I think, made like $1 or something overall, and I'm claiming that, and then I'm restaking it into it. So see, I've already gotten this amount of crow, so I'm gonna claim the reward and then claim to restake, and then proceed. So like keep doing that constantly, and then each time it's just gonna proportionally build up and become so good. So just do this. If you have any question, guys, let me know. Although with this one, because I'm pro, I'm covering everything, I'll tell you this as well. So like you can, it's like security wise, is amazing. It has so many different things in it, and it's all good. But do not. So this is a decentralized wallet. However, very interestingly, because if you want to do a swap, it would now bring on this new terms and condition, and this is really the only thing you have to know about, is that it says there's a swap geo restriction. And that's the whole point of cryptos and stuff, people be free, being in control. But for some reason, because if you want to directly do these swaps here, and it's because it's completely decentralized, and you have to use a specific service that is abiding by certain laws, they have this new terms and conditions. So that's what I just love, that within the app, if you go, you can do anything, but if you go to one specific one, like, oh, there is a restriction, but like 99% of people like just are confirmed. But because I'm not a citizen or resident of any of the regions listed here, so if you click here, they're really transparent. So it's like, okay, unfortunately, the following locations are restricted from participating on DeFi Swap and Crypto.com DeFi wallets, 1inch V3 protocol, and then it puts on these countries here. So even like Hong Kong is not there. So we can see all of these. This is like a huge list here, unfortunately. So this means though that when you are here, make sure you're not in those countries, but otherwise just feel free to go around and do the other things here. But it's always good to have multiple wallets. I think ultimately the best wallet of all creation is the MetaMask. So the MetaMask is insanely amazing. It is truly your only wallet that is in this dark world you will keep. But more on that later. I'm not going to go through this, but I just let you know that this is the best one. But DeFi is the way to go, and just keep. So if you're ever going to have if you're ever going to keep 3 things, keep the crypto.com DeFi wallet and the MetaMask. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this and have a good one. Bye bye.